What's going on, guys? Back again, Tuesday, live stick mobility class, 45 minutes. Today's gonna be pretty epic. We're gonna show you how to use the wall or a squat rack as a second stick during stick tap. So definitely stay tuned. We're gonna introduce some vestibular system. All right, we're gonna look away a little bit, challenge our balance and our base a little bit as well. But today's gonna be a good one. We're gonna give a couple seconds to let some more people sign in. But again, really excited for today's class, all right? Hopefully some things that you hadn't seen before and things that you can take back with you in your own practice. All right, so yeah, we're gonna use the one stick. And again, we're going to show how to use an immovable object for more stability or kind of as a secondary stick. All right, so all you need here is a wall. If you have a squat rack, we're gonna use a squat rack also. We're also gonna work on overhead squatting. We're gonna prime the dislocate hands overhead position, and we're gonna get into our Dunphy squats a little bit also. So we're gonna work a little bit strength training here, almost make it into a circuit. We're gonna do some new core that you maybe haven't seen before. All right, so really excited with that in mind. With that being said, let's get to it. All right, take the feet shoulder width apart, get into our horse stance. Feet are shoulder width, the stick is 1 inch in front of the toe line, and place it at 12 o'clock. Hands over hand grip, let's push into the floor. Let's work at 40% max effort here. Irradiate through the hands, through the arm line, shoulders, trunk, down through the feet. And now let's lift the right heel up nice and slow, and then bring it back down to the floor like you're trying to squish an empty soda can. Make sure we have a posterior tuck with the pelvis, so we're keeping the ribs and hips connected. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. And let's lift. We're up as high as we can with that heel, getting into that big toe, trying to promote more extension. Down slow with the heel. We're pushing the heel back to the ground, keeping the glutes tight, abs tight, grip tight, taking 40%. We lift, down slow. Lift, back down, lift, down. 2 more reps, lift, down. Last one, lift, take the right hand to the hip, lock down the femur, and now let's shift the heel toward your pinky toe. Shift the heel toward the big toe. Toward pinky toe, toward big toe, toward pinky toe. Keep the stick still, keep the hip still, toward big toe. One more toward the pinky toe, keep the 5 toes in the ground, then toward the big toe. Bring it back to 12 o'clock with the heel, and let's go toward 3, down to 6, 9, 12. We keep those 5 toes on the floor. You're gonna have a little bit more movement out of the hip here because we're changing the plane of motion that we're working through. But we wanna start the action and focus on making that circle only with the ankle. Keep the stick still. We don't wanna have our pelvis shift from left to right. All right, let's bring the heel back up to 12 o'clock and now change directions. All right, go to 9, go to 6, go to 3, up to 12. Go to 9, go to 6, go to 3, go to 12, 9, 6, 3, 12. Lower the heel, change hands, pushing 40%, posterior tuck, flex the abs, lift the left heel slowly, down slow. And we're thinking about ground force as we lift the heel, down slow. Lift, abs tight, posterior tuck, squeeze the butt. Down slow. Remember that big toe is directly connected to that glute. So you really want to try and access as much extension into that big toe as possible. Down slow. 2 more reps. Lift. Good. Down slow. And now last one, lift, hold. Take the left hand to the hip. Shift toward pinky toe. Shift toward big toe. You want to avoid any rotating into the floor with the foot, okay? I want to keep those 5 toes down and just work on that frontal plane. Shift the ankle toward the pinky toe, toward the big toe. We want to keep that femur still as we go. Remember, less is more while doing the articulations. Working on slow movements. Remember, slow is how we learn, fast is how we compensate. Okay, let's hold, and now let's go clockwise. Bring the heel to 3, down to 6, 9, 12, 2 more, 3, 6, 9, 12, 2 more, 1 more, 3, 6, 9, 12, now let's go other way, 9, 6, 3, 12, 2 more, 9, 6, 3, 12, last one, 9, 6, 3, 12, lower the heel down. Now briefly, let's go over with both heels lifting. Stay in the horse stance, stay in the posture, we lift both heels, down slow. Let's go with 3 reps here. Lift both heels, and down slow. Drive those heels back to the floor. That's going to promote more dorsiflexion out of the ankle. Okay, also get a little stretch out of that calf and soleus, that gastroc and soleus. Lift, down slow. Push the heels to the floor. Lift, hold, shift both heels to your right. Shift both heels to your left. Shift both heels to your right. Shift both heels to your left. Bring them both to 12 o'clock, and now let's go 1 rep clockwise. 3, 6, 9, 12. Change hands. Counterclockwise. 9, 6, 3, 12. Lower the heels. Anterior, posterior, pelvic tilts. Okay? Inhale, anterior, exhale, posterior. Inhale, anterior tilt. Exhale, posterior tuck. Squeeze butt, squeeze lower abs. Okay, anterior tilt. Compress the floor with the legs. So getting that deep front line activation. Posterior tuck. Always gonna compress for today. Anterior tilt, we're still compressing the ground. Posterior tuck. Anterior tilt. Two more, anterior tilt. We're compressing the floor with both feet. Posterior tuck, long exhale. Last one, anterior tilt, compress. Posterior tuck, compress. Hold that tucked position, walk the feet out. Now a hip bump. Push into your right foot, bump to the left. Should have both knees still bent, keeping the torso vertical, not laterally flexing, all right? Push into your left foot, bump to the right. Remember, this is where we begin to learn how to produce force to the ground, to move in certain directions. This is how we learn motor patterns, right? So if I want to move to the left, I need to push in the opposite direction and produce force in that opposite direction. So bump to the right, push to left. So pushing your left foot into the floor, squeezing the left glute. So you're hiking up into your right hip. Okay, now again, push into your right foot, shift to your left, bump to the left. Push into your left foot, bump to the right. So if you have anybody who has trouble with lateral movements, this is going to be a really good base for them to learn how to produce force into the ground and move laterally, okay? So now let's go into that transverse plane. So we're using that clock system. Bring the hips over to 12, so posterior tuck, bump to the right, 3 o'clock. Anterior tilt, bring it to 6. Bump to the left, bring it to 9. And then posterior tuck, bring it back to 12, right? We're going 2 more times. Bump to the right, anterior tilt, bump to the left, posterior tuck, 1 more time. Bump to the right, anterior tilt, bump to the left, posterior tuck, change hands, and now bump to the left, anterior tilt, bump to the right, posterior tuck, 2 more, bump to the left, anterior tilt, bump to the right, posterior tuck. Shoulders stay still, 1 more time, bump to the left, Anterior tilt, bump to the right, posterior tuck. Excellent. Now let's go into our kayaking motions. Nice wide grip on the stick. We're in the horse stance. Knees are bent, pelvis is tucked. I want the stick to be in contact with my chest the entire time. And I'm gonna start by bringing the stick over to my left. So I'm gonna push in both ends, 40%. I want the right hand to win. Go back with the left hand, but do not rotate with the torso. I'm gonna go up with the right hand, diagonal, as far as I can without rotating. Now right hand comes down. Then I go right hand wins, go up to the left. But again, I do not want to add rotation, okay? So nice and smooth here. We're gonna work this for 30 seconds. And you're maintaining the stick connection with the chest, so we're promoting more extension through the thoracic spine, and we're also promoting retraction of the scaps as we move through rotation. So we're going nice and slow here. Again, slow is how we learn motor patterns, right? And fast is how we compensate. That's why athletes are such great compensators, because they're used to moving fast. We want to get them to slow down and really learn and send the input into the nervous system. So we want to slow them down so they can be better when they move fast. Switch. Now let's go down to the left, bring it up to the left. So just reverse that kayak for me. We're keeping the stick in contact to the chest. Real slow here. Again, we don't want to add rotation of the torso. We want to simply keep our torso facing 12 o'clock as the hands move in that figure 8 position or pattern. Good, ease off from that. Now let's go with our dislocates. Let's go with the hands a little wider than shoulder width, wherever you normally would have. Dislocate, start. All 10 fingers maintain connection to the stick. Let's pull apart. Nice stable core. Keeping the wrist flat. Bring it as far as you can. Bring it back over. When you see it, push in. Let's just do 3 reps for right now, because we're going to go back to these in a little bit. Okay, pull apart. Abs tight, posterior tuck, nice stable core. Keep the elbows fixed. Slow, pull apart. Make sure you're not losing connection with any of those fingers. Pull apart. Over the head, push in. Good. So again, we're going to access some vestibular system today. So we are going to rotate the head a little bit. So let's articulate and work through that C-spine first. Bring the arms at 90 degrees, so the hands should be over the elbows, knees are bent, stay in the horse stance. 30% pull apart with the hands, and then I want you to retract the head into the stick. Do not push that stick forward into the head. Simply pull apart, retract the head, rotate as far as we can to the right. It's important that your eyes and your head are in the same position, meaning I don't want to look through my peripheral vision when I do these articulations for my C-spine. All right, now let's rotate to the left. My eyes are going to stay with the head, and I'm not going to look past where my head is rotating. One more time, rotate to the right. Rotate to the left, keep retracting into the stick. Now push in with the arms into the stick, retract the head, now rotate to your right. Good, rotate to your left. Good, rotate back to the right. We're pushing in just 30%, retracting the head, and now let's rotate back to the left. And then once you get there, let's ease off. All right, now we're gonna work on our stick taps, internal, external rotation. All right, so we're gonna use either the wall or a squat rack to do this. Now, I'm gonna grab the wall or my squat rack, and this is gonna be my stable surface or my other stick. If you have 2 sticks, then do stick taps here with both. But again, we're using one, so I'm gonna show how to use a wall or a squat rack. We're gonna work on external rotation first. All right, so we need to have the stick 1 inch in front of the toe line and at 11 on that analog clock. Bring the hand even to your shoulder. I want you to drive down into the floor 60%, and I want you to either grip or push into the wall. If you have a squat rack, then grip it, okay, at that 60%. And now we're gonna lift the leg up into flexion, just high enough so your foot's above the grip tape. And now I want you to externally rotate, bring the foot to the stick, and now push. And now we're gonna hold that at 60% for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Lift 1 inch, rotate, push. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off. Lift 1 inch, rotate. Here we go. Push. You might be flexibly feel more tension being built up. We're fine with that, that's okay. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Now we'll lower that leg down. Now we're gonna do the same thing here, but now with the opposite leg, right? So again, I'm gonna hold the wall or the squat rack. For me, it's a squat rack. Now I go feet together. I'm still working external rotation here, but now I'm the opposite leg. My opposite leg. The stick is now at 1 on the clock, and my hand isn't being extended. Retract, depress that shoulder. Okay, now I'm gonna lift just to the top of the grip, rotate, external rotation from the hip, and now I'm gonna push into the stick here. I'm gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's lift 1 inch. Make sure we're keeping that good extension through the bottom leg. Rotate, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's get 1 more inch. Good extension out of that base leg. Work on splitting those hips. Rotate and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Lower the leg down. Let's bring it back to your first side. Now working on internal rotation. So now we're going same leg as the stick side. So we're gonna go feet together at 11, and now we're gonna use the left leg now. Keep the knee in center. If you need to go farther, if this is easy for you to access that internal rotation, you simply bring the stick farther away from you. If it's difficult to add a rotation and you're getting that leaky hip, then move the stick closer toward you. All right, for right now, we're going about, we're on the left side, so we're going 11 or 10, and now we'll push down 60%. Remember, use the wall or that squat rack as your other stability. And now we're gonna lift, just top of the grip, internal rotation, and now push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, lift an inch. Keep base leg straight, internally rotate, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, lift 1 inch, internally rotate, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, lower the leg. It's important here that we keep in mind when we rotate into the stick, we do not want the hip to win. Meaning, my arm, when I go into rotation, I don't want that arm to move away from its original spot, all right? So that's letting the hip win. That's right here, if I go rotation and my hand moves away, I'm letting that hip win. I wanna not let that hip win, and I'm gonna reflexively adduct with that shoulder toward that midline, okay? So let's do that right here with the right leg. Feet are together. We're at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and the arms fully extended, shoulder blades retracted, depressed. Lift just to the grip, and now internally rotate and now push. 60% hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We ease off. Lift 1 inch. Keep the knee in center. Keep the femur in a line. And now rotate. Hold, push for 10, 9, 8, 7. Good extension on that base leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. 1 inch higher if we can. If not, just stay where you are, your end range. Internally rotate, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Lower the leg down, okay? Nice job. That's how we use a wall or a squat rack as a second stick, okay? Now let's get into our done feet squats. So you'll need either a squat rack or a door jamb, okay? We're gonna place the stick on the door jamb or on the squat rack. Hands are below belly button, okay? And we're gonna use just 50% here. Hands are below on a grip. With the feet here, I love to use the cue. Close your eyes, hop 3 times. Wherever your feet end up after your third jump, that should be where your feet are gonna be in your squat, okay? We hold, we push 50% up, and now we pull the hips down to our squat. Bring the elbows down. Keep pushing up, slowly stand back up, all right? We're gonna do 2 more reps here, 3 all together. All right, again, I'm gonna push up 50%. Create torque to the floor with my feet. Elbows compress. Push up. Last one here again. Reset the breath. Grip, push up 50%. And now slowly bring the hips into your squat. Elbows compress. Push up as you stand. Nice. Now let's bring it to the floor. I want to work on my heel sit right here for the dislocates, because I'm going to also work on knee flexion here, and it's going to help me out with my squat. So I'm going to sit onto the heels. Keep a slight anterior tilt here in the pelvis, but my hips and ribs are going to be still connected here, okay? Pull apart, eyes are forward, ears and shoulders are in line. Pull apart as far as I can. All 10 fingers maintain connection. Slowly bring it back. And then here we'll decelerate, so let's push the hands in, okay? So even though we are not standing, I still want to push in on my line of vision because I'm decelerating the stick back down to the original spot. Pull apart, nice, brace core. All 10 fingers maintain connection. Keep the elbows straight. When you see it, push in. If you can get to a good range of motion in those dislocates, and then when you bring it back, you need to change where your elbows are, like bend your elbows, then you're going into a too much range of motion that you can't control out of. And we want to control into a range of motion, and you want to control out of it, right? So make sure that you can get out of it safely. All right, pull apart, grip, squeeze that pinky, bring it back over. When you see it, we push in. Okay, nice, that's 3. All right, let's bring it to the feet now. So we did our 3 thumb feet squats, we did our 3 dislocates. Now we're gonna pull apart with the hands. I want those feet to be again at whatever squat stance you normally would take. Let's go a little wider hand grip here, all right? So I'm gonna pull apart first, and I'm gonna sink into my squat first. So my feet corkscrew the ground. I'm gonna bring the hips down as low as I can. Pull apart the hands. Bring the hands overhead as far as I possibly can with maintaining a good posture. Pull apart. Let's stand back up, drive through the floor, okay? So 2 more reps here, just like that. Now I want to work on building upwards from 60 in my greatest max effort, all right? So let's work here, let's go 70%. Corkscrew the ground, really grab the floor with the feet, pull apart, nice stable core, and now let's go ahead and descend into our squats. Pull apart. Pull apart. Drive that ground away. Okay, last one here, pull apart, give me 70% effort. Pull apart, sink. Bring the hands overhead. Hold. Pull apart, bring the hands back down. Stand up. Beautiful. Let's hit that core. Let's bring it to the feet, bring it to the floor rather. We're gonna go in a tall plank position here. We're gonna work the opposite hand, opposite foot. So we're gonna work on balance, contralateral limb liftoffs, okay? So we're getting into our plank. I want you to grab the stick with your right hand, all right? I want you to get onto the hands and the feet for me. And then I want you to try and manipulate that stick right onto your left foot. All right, so you bring this to your left foot, and then I want to push my right hand and left foot together. And then I'm going to hold and lift off the ground 1 inch. Posterior tuck pelvis and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Change sides. So working the core, working rotary stability, okay? A lot of overhead athletes, quarterbacks, pitchers, volleyball players, right? They're always predominantly they're working on one spiral line for the most part, okay? We need to offset that and work on rotation or resisting rotation on both sides. So now we're going left hand, right foot for the next one. Feet about shoulder width. All right, give me 60% on this next rep. Bring it onto the foot. Okay, grip the floor with that right hand. Lift left hand, right foot 1 inch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Change sides again. Back to right hand and left foot. Give me 70% on this next one, all right? So right hand, left foot. Gripping the floor with the left hand, make sure to be corkscrew so we're setting good structure in the left shoulder, right? So we want to rotate the humeral head into the socket for much stronger support. Right hand, left foot, give me 70%. Lift 1 inch and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, ease off. Switch back to left hand, right foot, 70%. Tall plank. Right foot with the left hand, 70%. Pelvis stays tucked. Lift 1 inch, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Back down. One more on each side. Now give me 80%. Right hand, left foot, give me 80%. You're really driving that foot up into the stick and the hand down into your foot. So 80% effort, 1 inch hold, and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Last one, left hand, right foot with the stick. Still 80%. Once you make that connection, lift 1 inch, push, 80%, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ease off. Let's bring it back to the feet. So we hit some lower body strength with the squats, a little overhead, got some core in there, okay? Let's get now into some of that vestibular system we were talking about earlier. So you want to rotate with the head. We're gonna take the stick, working on our single leg RDL here. I wanna take the stick, hands are shoulder width. I'm gonna go into hip flexion, 90 degrees. Really gonna work hard on that base foot right now. Dorsiflex that front ankle. Good extension on that base leg. Working on flexion. We're gonna resist that knee driving. Here's the hard part, ready? Rotate the head over to your right. Don't let your knee drop. Keep it up 90 degrees. Rotate your head over to your left. Feel that foot working real hard to maintain stability in that frontal plane. Rotate the head over to your right. Keep that knee up, don't let it drop. Woo! Rotate the head over to your left. Come back with the eye to 12 o'clock. Pull apart the hands. And now give me a good reach on the RDL. And now hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up for me. Switch legs. Right leg down, left leg's gonna be up. Left leg up. We push into the stick. We don't push down with the stick. We just resist that flexion of the knee. So reflexively, we're pushing down. But the action is not to drive down. 90 degrees, dorsiflexion. And now push. Give me 60%. Now as you hold, keep the leg at 90 degrees. Rotate the head over to your right. You'll see, ooh, which side is gonna be a little bit easier, which side is gonna be a little bit harder. Okay, rotate your head over to your left, nice and slow. Control the breathing. Rotate your head over to your right. Remember that foot's working really, really hard here. So if you have any troubles with your arches, strengthening the arches, here we go. Rotate over to your left. Back to center, pull apart in the hands. Single leg, RDL, pull apart the hands. Big reach. Let's get a nice hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up, nice and slow. Excellent work. Let's bring it to the floor. Let's get into our straddle stretch. We're gonna add in some rotation. So let's place that stick right below the big toe and get as wide as we can. Let's go right hand in the middle, left hand across, and then push together. And then let's try and get into some extension here. So the knees push down, and then we sit up. Controlling our breath. Try to get back to more of a parasympathetic state. Inhale, exhale through the nose. And ease off. Turn the stick. Let's go left hand to the center, right arm across, pushing them together, and now let's get tall in that straddle stretch. Ease off, turn the stick. One more time each side, right hand to the middle, left hand crosses. Push the hands together, sit tall in the straddle. Drive the legs into the floor, right? We hold, controlling the breath. Good, ease off. Rotate the stick, change sides. Left hand center, right hand over. Push the hands together, sitting up tall. Squeeze and drive those legs to the floor, sit up as tall as possible. Ease off. Excellent. Let's get into a frog stretch now. Bring it to the ground. We're going to add in some rotation here. And let's use the base of a wall, okay? Base of a wall, or if you have a squat rack or anything else, we can anchor the stick down to, okay? So first off, let's get into the frog stretch. So we're getting the knees as wide as we can here, okay? Knees are as wide as we can. Get to a good spot for you guys to see. Knees wide. Inside of the feet rotated toward the ground, all right? And then I want to reach and bring the stick close to me, and that'll allow me to get into some kind of rotation, all right? So now I'm gonna get more of that functional line. I'm gonna feel this stretch in through my right bicep and pec, as well as a little more into my left adductor region, my left groin. So we're in that frog stretch, and I wanna push the forearm right here, my left forearm into the ground, and I'm gonna push the stick with the right arm into the floor, and that's gonna also strengthen my frog stretch. And then whenever in this position, I'm gonna feel real safe here, real strong here. I'm pushing down with that right arm and promoting some good extension through my shoulder. Hold for 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ease off, bring the stick down slowly, and then walk those hands back in. We'll ease out of the stretch for a second, just to get some rest, and then we'll go right back into it. So again, we're gonna be in the frog stretch. Good wide base here. My right forearm's gonna stay down. I'm gonna bring the stick over to my left side, and I'm gonna reach up with the left hand. I want the stick to be vertical, not forward, and I'm gonna push my right forearm into the floor, push both legs into the ground, compress the ground, and I'm gonna pull the stick toward the floor. Again, nice big right or left bicep stretch and pec stretch. And I'm feeling this more in my right adductor, my right groin. Hold for 10 more seconds. Good, ease off, slowly bring the stick down to the floor. Okay, now walk those hands up, and now you can come out of that stretch nice and slow. Let's go into our half kneeling stance. Let's get into our snake reach, okay? Right leg down, left leg forward. Let's address the base first. Bring the stick outside of the mid-thigh. Left leg's forward, right leg's down. Right hand over top, thumb down. Left hand comes through and around. Now push down into the left hand, wrap the arm around the stick. I want you to walk the hand up as high as we can. Squeeze that right glute, get into that posterior tuck, and let's hold that stretch. Breathing through the nose, diaphragmatic breathing. Make sure shoulder is externally rotated so we're not getting the elbow to flare forward. I want to keep it back with the wrist on the outside of the stick like this. Okay, we hold. Got an itch. We hold. Now give it a nice slight contraction forward with that top arm. Really easy, 20% push forward. Hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off your push. Walk your hand down. Slide the bottom hand out. Switch. Left leg down, right leg forward, outside of the right mid-thigh. All right, left hand on top, thumb down. Right hand through, around. On the bottom, wrist on the outside. Push down your bottom hand. Posterior tuck, left hip. Walk the hand up as high as we can. Hold. We want to try and keep the shoulders facing forward for the most part. Remember, the shoulder, we want to keep external rotation, so we don't want the elbow to go forward. Keep the elbow back, all right? Posterior tuck your left hip, push down with your right hand. We hold, diaphragmatic breathing. "20-second hold here. Give me that 20% contraction forward. Push. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off your push. Walk the hand down nice and slow. When you get to your original position, bring the hand outside of the stick and then ease off. Let's stand it up. Let's go into your standing child's pose. So let's go feet shoulder width on this one, stick at 12 o'clock. We're gonna go with the hands just about eye or forehead height, and I wanna hinge. Whatever arm is on top, that's gonna get more of the stretch into your lat, all right? So we're gonna switch hands at midway, but I wanna push into the floor, 30%, working on recovery, and then hinge. Knees are slightly back. We're pulling the stick down to the floor only at 30% effort. The head comes in between the shoulders. I'm gonna rotate the hands toward my right, but not let my hips leak. So the stick and my shoulders are turning to the right, that's it. Now rotate to your left. Now keep the hips still. Should feel that stretch through the lat and the intercostals of the ribs as well. Maybe in that QL, depending on what areas you feel more tension in. One more time, rotate over to your right. You're pushing down still, 30%. Keeping the hips still. Rotate over to your left. Come back 12 o'clock. Let's stand up. Let's change hands. 30%, push down, hinge. Move over to your left. Keep the arms straight. Keep the hips still. Just move the stick over to your left. Move the stick over to your right. Still pulling down the floor, 30%, butt back. Move to your left. Good, move to your right. Back to your center. Ease off. Lateral bow and arrow to finish up today's class. Feet 1 foot apart. Stick to your left 6 inches away from your midfoot. Bottom arm in the logo or 90 degrees. Top hand, thumb down. Push the hip away from the stick and then extend bottom arm. Top arm will reflexively extend and the shoulder blade will pack reflexively. Hold. Ears and biceps are in line. The head is down, right and center between both shoulders. Hold. As you breathe, let that lateral tissue melt and relax a little bit more to access more of that lengthening on that lateral line. Bring the bottom hand in, ease off, change sides. Okay, last one. Even to your midfoot. Bottom arm at 90. Over top, hip away from the stick, and extend the arms. Ear and bicep are in line. Bring bottom hand in, back to the left side. Try and bring it a little bit closer to you. All right, if you're having trouble with the lateral bow and arrow, I want you to use the wall, okay, and have the hand on the stick here and then push away and then reach overhead toward the wall, all right? Back to our second time on the lateral bow and arrows. If you can, bring it closer to your midline or even inside of that foot. Really access the lateral line here. Hip away. Hip away. So even though I have more length of my lateral line, the stick still really isn't bending all that much. Remember, it's not about how much we bend the stick, it's how much stretch we're getting out of our lateral line. Make sure we turn the stick after each use. All right, bring it back to the other side now, right side. Hip away, keep the leg straight. More length in the lateral line, more flex in your body than the stick. Good, ease off. That is it for today's 400-minute class. I appreciate you guys coming on. Catch me next time. All right, have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you. Make sure to check out the YouTube page and my Instagram, Jared_DYEM, and also YouTube page, Stick Mobility. Subscribe. If you haven't yet, you should.